Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Pittman. I'm doing my discussion board number 4. A few things I learned from this course include matching styles with clients versus mismatching them for growth. At the beginning of this course, I had a presumption that you had to match with the client in order for them to feel comfortable during the session, but in fact, for growth to occur, you have to mismatch with their style so they're able to get out of their comfort zone and possibly form new beliefs and new systems so that they can have those in their toolbox. Because if you're comfortable all the time, you're not going to grow. You're not going to get out of your comfort zone. That was eye-opening to me. Another point that really stood out to me was the self exists in context. And so I mentioned this in a previous post. We will never be able to know exactly what they're thinking. The client's only going to disclose what they want to tell you. And so you literally have to go off of what they tell you. You don't know what's really going on because you don't know their whole life. You don't know what goes on in their mind. So I think doing the best we can to gather the information that they give us to help formulate a game plan for them and interventions for them to be able to overcome the obstacle at hand. I think it's just a wide, broad topic that people forget about sometimes because as counselors, we can't fix everything. We're given information and we have to work with what we have. Also, confronting a client in a counseling session, I think it has to be very gentle and only beneficial for the client. I don't think counselors should kind of come at the client with usually like accusation style, like you should do this. No, I think in the book it explains how to confront a client gently and with their best interest in mind, wanting them to progress and not digress. Also, the culture section about the Aborigines people in Australia, that was really interesting to me. It was so interesting that I actually went further and I Googled some more encounters with clients, like culturally different clients and counselors, and there was an example of a client that refused to look at the counselor during the session, and the counselor gave him a diagnosis. I don't know what it was called, but in his culture, it was actually inappropriate to look at a woman in the eyes unless she was his wife. And so he was misdiagnosed because of his culture. So I think that we need to understand fully where our clients come from, what culture they're in, what kind of family system background they have before we can even begin to look at the pathology. Understand them first, maybe that initial session to get the ball rolling, and then later on, once you understand, you can make the right choices and make the right interventions and diagnoses. But that's what I learned. I've really enjoyed this course. I hope y'all have too, and I hope you have a great rest of your summer. Thanks.